Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my YouTube channel.
What's the mileage on it? 2,000 miles. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Talk about the life of luxury. No, it does not. Oh my, I didn't realize, I thought it was just a pan roof.
Welcome to a SACCONEJOLY update. I haven't done one of these in a little while.
Hello.
There's not really a lot that I had to really talk about. There's now a couple of things that I do really want to talk about, I really want to discuss. First and foremost is something that I think they published in the most recent video. It was titled by Anna, I've got a new haircut, or it's time for new hair, something a bit like that. There was this little portion in it that made me feel quite uncomfortable viewing going on there. If you know, we discussed the SACCONEJOLYs at length on this channel. We've definitely covered them at length. But there was something in their most recent video that made me feel quite uncomfortable, and I'm going to share it with you and just have a little discussion about it anyway. And just, I don't know, I just thought that I don't quite know why they included it, or why Jonathan wasn't listening to his kids when his kids were literally saying, no, my arm hurts, blah, 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 as he's like flinging them around their pool.
But I want more.
I don't know, it felt a bit uncomfortable. I'll play the video so you guys can see. And then second of all, we're then going to be discussing the car situation, the fact is this an undisclosed ad? I don't know. I think this whole like car situation, I discussed it before on a like less serious topic. I'm well aware that this topic is a lot less serious than like what we have discussed with them before. But the thing with their car, I'm gonna bring to you some sort of like evidence and just see what is going on with this car, because I've been watching their latest things about them getting a courtesy car and I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced. I think this is a whole setup. Just me personally, I think this whole thing's a setup for getting that car. I don't know. Anyway, so we're gonna get into it. Okay, so the recent thing, there was a video that just got posted. Like I say, it was time for new hair or something like that. Anna was basically getting a new hair. To be fair to her, it looks gorgeous. I saw the end result. I'm jealous. She does a really good job. Can't fault the hairdresser. The hair looks great. I always thought, like, the way that Anna does her hair, I've always said this, she does her hair great. I've always said this. I will throw in a compliment. I will, because the woman has nice hair, okay? Can we appreciate good hair? Thank you. But there was a bit in it that I didn't like. I haven't been watching all of the SACCONEJOLY vlogs because there's just like, they actually are still going with their vlogs, which is something that I didn't think that they would ever do. They're also draining subscribers. So I don't actually think that their vlogs are doing as well as maybe they hoped, or maybe they're just not bothered about it not doing very well. What I will say though is that Jonathan was swimming with him and a couple of their other kids, or it might be one of the hairdresser's kids. I don't really know. I think their youngest girl was in there, and I also think that Edie was there as well, and I'm not quite sure who the other child is. I'm not really sure. It's not really about the children. Play the clip, but when I was watching it, the kids didn't really seem like, maybe at first they seemed happy to be like being chucked around a pool. Jonathan was grabbing them and literally like, I don't mean like lightly toss, you know, when you're like chucking your kids in a pool. I'm not talking like lightly tossing, like he was real roughhousing, like. And Alessia on certain occasions was literally landing like face, like slapping the water and stuff. And you know, it hurts if you're really small. You know, when your dad or your mum picks you up and chucks you in the pool, you've got to be quite careful, because sometimes if you're really light and then someone a lot bigger is chucking you, you can actually hit the water quite hard. It does hurt. It's like somehow my body like remembers the fact that it hurts. We think about things and you're like, oh yeah, I actually remember exactly how that feels. I get that like feeling across my body, like I know that hurts. And on a couple of occasions, the kids were going like they didn't seem that. I hate throwing this around because I don't want to be like starting anything, but like at the end, one of their kids was like, I'm pretty sure it's Alessia, was saying like Jonathan was like singing a song. I think it was like Under the Sea or something, and like pulling her along. and she kept on saying no, as in like, no, I don't want to be chucked. And she wasn't even saying it whilst laughing. That's the thing. I'd get it. You know, when you're being tickled and you're going, no, 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 no. And sometimes you mean it, no, and then other times you're just kind of saying it because it's kind of funny, but kind of not. Well, this didn't appear like that. It did literally seem like she was saying no. And then at the very end, before the video cuts off and it switches to something else, she's saying, no, my arm hurts. And Jonathan's like pulling her along.
But I want more.
Alex is done.
Anyway, I don't quite understand why they included that, because they basically spliced it together, because straight after that shot there was a shot of Anna saying, oh, I've got nice new hair, and it does look lovely, but it was just such a bizarre like contrast. I don't know, I felt really off watching that portion. I did feel a little bit off watching it, I will say. And anyway, I'll just let you guys determine that. What do you guys think about that clip? I don't even know why they decided to include it, because it didn't really seem like it was a lot of fun being like literally rugby tackled and like thrashed around in the pool. Like, I understand that can be funny, but it was done so aggressively that I don't know, I wouldn't have enjoyed that, and I would have stopped as soon as my children were saying stop, which is what they were doing. Okay, this is number two. Number two, we're going to be talking about the car. I remember trying to discuss this blimming car like a little while ago. I was like, why is it taking so long, like the part? And according to Jonathan, we're talking about Anna's car. According to Jonathan, the parts have been on back order since like May or something. Apparently they like gave it into Land Rover. This is literally what Jonathan said. I've recorded it all, so I'm not getting it wrong.
And this guy, we sent it into Land Rover to get it fixed. They said there's a problem with the part. We're going to put it on back order. While it was in there, they put sellotape on it and they sent it home to us while we waited. A few days later, the window on the passenger side front went. Same problem, sent the car back. Parts out of stock, sellotape the windows. That was May. Next week is August.
Okay, the car windows, the motors in it started breaking. They've been waiting for orders since May. What then? And they're now having to like tape up their windows with like sellotape or whatever. This is a Land Rover. This is Anna's big white car. And I said, ooh, that's taking a really long time. That's a little bit suspicious. Just thinking like, have they actually contacted Land Rover? And then I had a few people in my comment section saying, actually, no, we had to wait a long time. Like, parts were on back order. I went and spoke to my partner. He kind of repeated the same thing as well. And I was like, okay, parts were on back order. All right, no worries. Until Jonathan is like slandering Land Rover, going like, I'm really disappointed in you, and then bigging up how good Tesla is.
Never ever had any issues with it. I'd like to retract that statement, because this is the most frustrating car we've ever owned. Tesla Model X, amazing car. That's why we waited. A few days later, the window on the passenger side front went. Same problem, sent the car back. Parts out of stock, sellotape the windows. That was May. Next week is August. Land Rover, I've called them. There's no record of the car ever being there. I called them again, they put me on hold for ages. Call again, they put me somewhere else for ages. And I'm just like, wow. You know, Land Rover has fallen down in my expectations as a manufacturer. Really disappointing behavior, especially because these cars aren't cheap.
Pretty innocuous, yeah? He's just banging on about how much he doesn't appreciate Land Rover's like communication and how they've handled this whole missing part. So to me, I was like, okay, like, I don't really know why he keeps on banging on about cars. And that was at the point where I was like, well, really, like, why is it taking so long? And I was almost convinced that they hadn't actually contacted them. Jonathan's reasoning was, oh, they basically lost all our documentation. They're telling me that the interview never happened. They're saying that the car's never been in and all of this kind of stuff. So then he then goes on to basically like pee all over Land Rover, not literally, but you know, just basically being like, I'm not happy, I'm really disappointed. Cue to one of their latest videos where they're saying Anna's got a new car. Spoiler alert, it's supposedly a courtesy car. I'm gonna say courtesy car because I'm sure it is a courtesy car, but Jonathan, I'm not joking, spends such a long time showing us inside the car, showing us outside the car. He even says a classic one-liner, which is, my favorite thing about this car, which is something that you're asked to do. If you're doing sponsorships and ads, you're nearly almost told to say what your favorite thing is about a product.
Oh my, what's the mileage on it? Oh, look at that, 2,000 miles. So like nothing, you know, it's done nothing. Oh, this thing. Oh my goodness. Talk about winning me over here, lads. Look at all this stuff. Impact driving energy. Oh my goodness. This thing is... Hello. This thing is so cool looking. I'm not sure. It's so... what my favorite thing about the new Range Rovers is the lights at the back. They're so cool looking, aren't they? The lights at the back. The way they run down a line like this. It's so nice. Like, I was saying to Anna, I was like, look, you know, drive this thing around and see if you get used to it. And if you get used to it, maybe you could replace your Disco with one of these guys, because talk about the life of luxury. What? How do you... Oh my god, there's so many things going off.
Do you find it a bit suspicious how basically shortly after he was bad-mouthing Land Rover, ta-da, they've now got a courtesy car. It's a bit suspicious. Their old one's gone in to get fixed, finally. It may have all just very happily have just tied in together, but all I'm saying is straight after he was bad-mouthing Land Rover, was he just saying that so that they could get like either they could get Anna's car fixed or they could get a new car? And he was basically saying, oh, I might, if I like this one, I might just keep this one. So what happened? Like, I don't know. I am not convinced. I have my suspicions about that. Was Jonathan just fishing for a brand new car or a brand new lease? Was he fishing for Land Rover to basically fund them to actually fix the car part? Did they ever drop the car in to begin with, or was this just a massive ploy so that Land Rover could actually fix their car if they started complaining about it? I don't know. This might just be like completely, Amy, you're going too deep there, but why else? Like, I'm not joking, he got inside the car, he was driving the car around.
It's so like peaceful. Like I'm at peace with the world right now driving this thing. I feel like I could gobble everyone up as well because I'm just so tall. I feel like I'm driving a tank. No, it does not. Oh my! I didn't realize. I thought it was just a pan roof.
He was playing with all the different features. Your channel is compromised of kids or adults who cannot in their wildest dreams afford a car like that. So why would they need a courtesy car? He even said that she's done like 10,000 miles in, I think it was, he said that their lease was 4 or 5 years. Is that right?
We bought it new. Anna's only, I think she's done about 10,000 miles in it, so like that's like brand new mileage, right? About 5 months ago, we were going to sell the car or trade it in because we're out of finance, because I think we did like a 4 or 5 year finance term, 48-month finance term, whatever it was. Car is out of finance, so we own the car, which owning a car is completely pointless because it's a depreciating object.
Is that right? Did I hear that right? I'll play it right here. And she's done 10,000 miles in that amount of time. She doesn't need a courtesy car. She doesn't go anywhere. She can borrow your car. I don't know. I'm not sure. The math is not mathing. Yeah, for just like complete comparison, I do about 13,000 a year. Yeah, about 12 to 13,000 miles a year. Okay, so she's doing 10,000 in like 4 to 5 years. She is not going very far. That's all I can say. I know she lives in London, but if she doesn't use her car that much, then why does she need a courtesy car? Why don't you just use Jonathan's? I don't know. I don't understand it. It could very well be a courtesy car, but I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out some obvious things here. So why are you going along being like, oh, this is this and this is this, like literally driving along like, it was almost like an undisclosed ad, and I'm not gonna say if it is, I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying that the whole thing was just a little bit strange. When I saw it, I was like, I'll catch up on the SACCONEJOLYs, and then boom, I watched their car thing, and I was like, something weird's going on with that car, man. Something real weird. What do you guys think? Do you think, nah, Amy, like they've blatantly just like taken the car away because they're now catching up with their orders and they've just given them a courtesy car? Okay. Or do you reckon Jonathan this whole entire time has been fishing for them to either fix the car for free or give them a new lease? What do you guys think? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I just think it's incredible, impeccable timing with after him complaining about how bad Land Rover is, that they then just so happen to get a courtesy car, a brand new Land Rover that's courtesy. I don't know nothing about cars, so can you guys come and enlighten me? I just thought that thing, that was a bit of brightness needed in the end of my diabolical couple of days of roasting in this heat. And I just don't know, but I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, because I know that as a SACCONEJOLY viewer and you like watching my videos on them, I know you're going to have a real interesting perspective. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you liked it, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.